Hello YouTube. Well, as you can see, I'm in the conservatory, which means I'm sat next to the model railway. Now, no, it's a little while since I put a railway video out, is because, well, quite frankly, if you'll excuse the lack of shirt, that's part of the reason. It's really been hot, and, well, quite frankly, it's just not the right sort of weather to be trying to do landscaping on a model railway. And in fact, it's gotten so hot sometimes in here that it's not practical to run a model train. Anyway, yes, so weather weather conditions have prevented the trains from running. That and the fact that the cat has a tendency to go and sit on the up and down line to sit in the sun. He's a cheeky little bugger, and I keep telling him not to do it, but he don't listen. Well, that's cats for you, isn't it? And then when I do finally get round to run the train, I have to go round and make sure there's no cat hair on the line. But anyway, as the weather gets a bit cooler towards the autumn, I'll probably be in here doing a bit more work in progress. As I say, it's, of course, the other flip side of the weather is I've been doing a few more motorcycle videos, because obviously with this weather, when I'm feeling up to it, I get the motorbike out and go have a ride. Now, what else have I been doing? Well, I've been out to Sheringham as usual with my wife in Queenie, the mobile beach hut. In case you didn't know, Queenie is a Peugeot partner van, and that's got it's got air conditioning, which is really important for us, because me and the wife both have trouble breathing when air is too hot. Our sweet spot's between about 12 centigrade to 25 centigrade. Anything above 25 centigrade makes us difficult to breathe sometimes, because obviously I've got emphysema, which is quite severe, and my wife's got COPD too, so we just have to adjust our lives around the weather conditions, which is a blooming nuisance, but there you go. We went up to Sheringham the other day, and that was so hot. We'd met my daughter and grandson up there, and my son-in-law for the day, and we had to cut our day short because that was just too hot for us. Having said that, when the weather's a little bit on the cooler side, to get the bike out, and that's been glorious. As you saw from my last video, the Anglian TT. Also, people have given me feedback on that, saying that the sound was much better. So I think I've found my solution for the time being, because I don't tend to talk a lot on the ride videos, just a little bit. But I use the Media Mod Pro case for the GoPro, which has got an omnidirectional microphone on it. That does seem to work quite well. So I'm pleased about that, because that weren't a cheap thing to get, and that does seem to work. So in case any of you are wondering how I did it, there you go. I haven't had the bullet out recently. I've been busy tweaking and fettling on the meat here, see, and so that's gotten most of my attention just lately. I have got something planned for the bullet over the winter, which will come up in later videos later in the year. I've got a cunning plan. Anyway, now, I've unfortunately got a bit of sad news connected with the meteor. The chap I bought the meteor from, known to many as Black Knight and known to some as Paul, passed away recently. For those of you who knew him, I believe his funeral's going to be on the 26th. If you go over to the All Year Motorcyclist, he's put a video out this morning with more details. So I would suggest you go over to Times channel and check that out. What else has been going on? after that sad bit of news, on a happier note, Tame's also done videos over the weekend. And one of them was his very first ride out on Harley Davidson. And, oh, that was a hoot. That was just lovely, just hearing him chortle away as he was riding. That was nice. It took me back to when I had my first Harley Davidson. Because they do make you smile. They are a marvellous motorbike. Unfortunately, a bit too heavy for me nowadays. But, I don't know, about 10 years ago I had a 1200 Sportster with Screaming Eagle exhausts and carburetor kit, and well, rather more power than I needed, to be perfectly honest. But that was a good ride when I had it. So that one was one out of my bucket list bikes that I had. Funnily enough, my latest one, of course, the Bullet, is another one of my bucket list bikes. So I'm quite happy I got that. Right now. Let me see now. Oh, yes. Other things. On the model railway front, I've just finished doing, fettling up a Class 101 Metro Camel DMU in British Rail blue and grey. I'll fit all the passengers to it, and that's got the sound. And the next job I've got to do is weathering, but I ain't got round to that yet. But again, that's subject to what time I get, but I am always sort of fiddling with bits and pieces. I've also been fettling up my Class 31. I've got some detail parts and that, and in the queue waiting I've also got two Class 37s with deluxe sound from Bachmann. They're lovely detail. They got deluxe sound and tinted windows and tinted windscreens, which only come with the deluxe one. One's in the large logo British Rail livery, and the other one is in good old British Railways green as it come out of the factory. So those two will be subject to other videos at a later time. And what else have I got there? I've got a Fairburn tank engine on the go, which I just fitted the DCC to, and I've also pretty much completed my van wide rate of goods wagons. I've got another train made up with the LNER Class 92, I think it is, tank engine. It's got 3 sort of petrol wagons and a brake van, which I'll put a little video on of later. As I say, I've made no progress really with the scenery and that on the model railways. This has been too hot for me. It's been I've got most of the track down, but I haven't done the sidings yet at the other end, and I've still got wiring to do and stuff. I really need it to be cooler. It's ridiculously hot in here at the minute. It's almost too hot for me to be filming, but I'm just about managing. Excuse me. Anyway, what else has been going on? Oh yes, I've been watching other people's videos quite a lot, catching up. Paul Henshaw, the Performance Classics, has done some marvellous videos lately of his rides out on his Triumph Trident, and one of which had a bit of a close call the other week. But if you want to go with Paul's channel, it's just called Paul Henshaw. There's all sorts of Royal Enfield related stuff and all sorts of BSA related stuff, and also he's been doing some classic Japanese bikes as well, which he does sometimes. So, and he's got a back catalogue of over 1,000 videos, so you could sit there for a couple of months like I have catching up on it. Now, obviously I've mentioned the All Year Motorcycles, and there's the Adventures of Gloria, where my mate Andy over in Garb Oldisham has been riding about. He's gone to the Stonham Barns a few times, and he's gone up to the Route 11 Cafe and that, and I'm glad to see he's got the speedometer sorted out on Gloria now, and Gloria's running beautiful by the look of it. She sounds good when he's a-going. I do wonder whether I should have bought one of those myself at some point, but there you go, that's what I had at the time, what was available. Having said that, I'm not sorry I got the Meteor now, especially with the memories attached to it now. Who else have we been looking at? Well, we've been looking at Exeter Rider. We've been looking at, in the railway side, we've been looking at Les Gilpin, who does some absolutely marvellous, videos based around Carlisle. And he puts them up nearly on a daily basis. So there's hours and hours and hours of modern traction and steam and diesels and all sorts on his videos. So there's something for everybody on Les Gilpin's channel. So please go and see him. He's really good. Who else I've been watching? Oh yes, Tornado 922, who does, again, similar things. He goes all around everywhere, ever and thither and yon, doing train spotting days with his camera. That's what he does. And his commentary is often hilarious. And, yeah, well, just go see his channel, Tornado 922. Just go see his channel, and you'll see what I mean. He's quite addictive in that respect. It's quite funny. And you see a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't think of videoing as well. So that's nice. And they're two of my favourite railway channels, they are. Now, what else? If you're into building model railways, and you might want to check out New Junction. New Junction is where the young chap there is building a layout that can be broken down and used as an exhibition layout. There's dual mode. It can either be put together as a circuit, a tail chaser when it's in his garage, and when he takes out on an exhibition, he'll be able to configure it in as a long line. But go check out his videos and catch up on them. They're fascinating, and also he does a lot of stuff on landscape and stuff, and you'll learn a few things on that. Now, Martin Trafford, hello, my friend, how are you? I thoroughly enjoyed your video this morning about Sambo's grave, which was quite educational, and also I found the dome you found to be quite interesting. I think you'll hit the nail on the head, maybe inadvertently, that I think it's a camera obscura. And as I say, I did write to you about it, that you might want to look into it again for a future video, because I think that would be fascinating, the whole concept of it. Anyway, I shall leave that with you, Martin. Right, now, who else have we been watching? Well, Saddlebags, of course. Been keeping up with him, I always do. He's been going around Ireland. I think he's back home now, but he did a load of filming in Ireland, and he met up with, in his videos, he did meet up with Bullet Wanderer, who's another friend of mine, who's also strangely into railways as well. There seems to be a lot of that with Royal Enfield owners being into railways. I don't know why, but that's also the reason this channel works, I suppose. Right, do you know what? So what, today, not only did I not wear a shirt, I ain't got my hat on, which is very unusual. Yeah, because most people don't recognise me unless I've got a hat or a helmet on, but there you go. Right, well, we've gone in shade a little bit. Oh, that's nice, that's a bit cooler now. Anyway, yeah, Bullet Wanderer's been going around Normandy again this week. So you might want to go check out Bullet Wanderer and his channel. Again, that's one I follow avidly. I've been following the Classic Motorcycle channel as well, because, well, I just like it. I did a thing at Goodwood. I had the hill climbs and stuff like that. That was interesting too, so you might want to go check that out. That'll come out this week. John Paulson's been doing his thing with bicycles. And well, last I saw, he'd done his run from Liverpool to Leeds on the canal. I think he raised a lot of money doing that, so that's nice. And I wish I could do the same as in ride a bicycle, but unfortunately, those days are long gone now. I used to enjoy riding bicycles, but can't do it no more. Right, what else? Who else was there? Well, I've been watching Ian Hughes, of course, and he's done some nice rides out recently up north. Spectacular scenery, and I think he... Oh, crumbs, where was it he went? I can't remember now. My memory's terrible. But anyway, go check Ian Hughes out as well. Now, who else? Oh, Mr. Bingley Wheeler. He's been doing his videos. I noticed he had a little video short of Eddie the dog recently, which was amusing. He's a lovely dog, is Eddie. But anyway, the Bingley Wheeler. He does interesting reviews of bikes, which are no nonsense and down to earth. So if you want the skinny on a particular motorbike, you ain't got to go and check his reviews out, because, as I say, they're down to earth. They, you know, and he tells you stuff that you really need to know about riding a bike. So there is that. As I say, if you want the unvarnished truth about him, go see what he's doing. He also covers other philosophical questions, which is quite interesting. And, you know, other bits and pieces, as he finds the same as I do, I suppose. Right, now, who else have we forgotten? I've always forgotten people. All these people I mentioned, by the way, will probably be in the description at some point, providing I press the right buttons and that. Yeah, well, you know what I'm like with my tech. I get there eventually. Right. Oh dear. Oh, in other news, I've got a lovely crab salad sandwich for lunch. I picked that up from the C&A Seafood in Sheringham. Very nice. And what else have I got? Oh, here's an interesting thing. I tried out now the Pucker Pie Company. They do pies like that you'd buy in chip shops and whatnot. And of course, in recent times, they've been making pies, the like microwavable ones that don't go soggy when you put them in the microwave and normal. But a lot of their pies are now available to buy in supermarkets in Iceland and that. Well, I tried there, not expecting much, because I never expect much with Cornish pasties, because there's so many bloody god-awful Cornish pasties out there that they shouldn't really have the name. There's a particularly famous make that only technically in Cornwall, and they're like bloody cardboard, and I can see why Saddlebags isn't too impressed with them. But here's the interesting thing. I picked up 2 beef pasties by Pucker. And I'll be perfectly honest, they were one of the nicest mass-produced pasties. Now, mass-produced, don't forget. But they were one of the nicest mass-produced pasties I've ever had. And I ate it cold. Well, that's the first test I do on a pie. If it ain't edible cold, it probably ain't going to be much better warm. But anyway, if I can eat them cold, then the next test is do 'em hot. So that's what I bought 2, you see. So tonight for tea, I'm going to try one out hot. But if you're looking for an edible pasty, isn't too dire, and the Pucker pasty's worth going. By the way, I hasten to point out that I'm in no way associated with Pucker, and I don't get paid by him or anything like that. Good God, if only I'd be demanding steak and kidney pies as payment. But there you go. I like my food, don't I? Right, I'm still rambling away now. Now, who else have I forgotten? Well, I'd give a shout out to James at Smith's Model Railways, who up in Sheringham, who's my regular model railway shop, and that's because obviously I'm in Sheringham regularly. So I must say he's redone the shop, and I tested it out the other day for wheelchair access, and it's absolutely superb. I don't know whether that's because he's just being careful to cater to disabled customers, or whether it's just that I've got a habit of crashing into things when my wheelchair, when I use it. So, you know, I think there's a bit of both going on there, really. Because I'm notorious. They down the local shops down at Captain, sometimes they call me Lord Captain, but often they call me the Wheels of Doom, because I usually announce my presence by crashing into a display of men's deodorant in the front of Superdrug. Mind you, it all goes back to when I used one of those mobility scooter things during the lockdown, and well, it was a bit big, the one I used to have, and I used to misjudge the size sometimes, and it was an absolute nightmare going on the train with it. And, oh dear, yeah, all the stories I could tell you about getting used to mobility scooters and using wheelchairs when I need to. That's been a learning curve, I can tell you. But there you go. Anyway, that's about it for this particular video. If I do remember any other ones that I forgot to mention. Oh, yes, I knew there was... I always forget this. Yes, Coast Rider Scotland. Bruce, hello. Does some marvellous videos. I love his videos when he's riding around up in his locale up near Berwick Way. And not only has he got some marvellous roads, he's got that nice Jeep that he drives around in as well, which is fun. And he does a lot of military history videos too, and then rides out on bicycle with his wife, which are quite interesting as well, because he always manages to find something interesting to show on his videos. And he's another one that I watch absolutely avidly and look forward to. And I always drop him a message once in a while, and he usually messages me back. So most of these people I'm talking about, I do hear from on a regular basis. So I said YouTube, it's the best motorcycle club in the world, and also probably the best model railway club too. Now, I'm sorry I haven't done any live railway videos recently, but to be perfectly honest, it's been a bit difficult to film. The last time we went to Sheringham, there was a Harley Davidson rally coming through town, and it was absolutely packed. And again, that was one of those days we had to cut things short because it was just too darned hot. And filming on the station would have been problematic, to say the least. So I'm afraid I haven't been able to do anything in that respect. But I thought I'd better put a video out of some sort, even if it's just this piece to camera thing. Anyway, that's about it for today. I'll do another video further when the weather's a little bit cooler, and hopefully I shall get another motorbike video done soon, weather permitting, health permitting. That's the trouble for me. Health and weather have to permit for me to do it. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, so I just have to deal with it. So anyway, enjoy the weather. Keep the shiny side up. And, what's it you say, rubber side down. And, well, just enjoy life and eat all the nice food. Because you only come this way once. All right? Look after yourselves. Bye.